Oh, what up guys? Welcome back to yet another video. Today we're going to be doing a 2023 full sneaker collection. Now my sneaker rotation is always changing every couple months, but this is like my most recent or my current setup. Mind you, I don't even wear all my shoes. I just wear one single pair every single day. So on this table here, I have pretty much all my shoes except for one, which I'm saving for the end of the video. My sneaker collection is not super extensive. It's not like I have multiple Grails and like all these expensive shoes. I just have a simple layout of, you know, very similar looking shoes with different colorways. And yeah, without any further ado, let's just jump right into it. So here is the first shoe. This is my daily beater. The actual name of this shoe is the Nike Court Lows. It's basically like a ripoff of the Air Force Ones because it looks really similar, I gotta say. I needed a cheap pair of just black normal shoes for work. And these have been with me for the past 2 years or so. They were like 40 bucks, you know, just something simple and cheap, you know, quick little grab. I didn't want to ball out on a work shoe. I gotta say that this shoe isn't the most comfortable. It's a little bit stiff, especially during the break-in period when I first got it. It was just like walking on rocks. But now that it has broken in, it's a little bit better. It's not like the most plush thing in the world. Next up is this Chelsea boot. This I got from Urban Outfitters maybe like 5 or 6 years ago when the whole Chelsea boot trend was super poppin'. It was one of those trends that came and died really quickly. That era of like the streetwear and the multiple layer clothing, this was like one of the hype pieces. The only time that I ever busted this out was for like an interview or something where I need to be kind of formal looking. The bottom was made out of wood, so it's really firm. Not really any padding on the sides, and the bottom is like this really thin sort of hard foam. Now moving along to, I guess, the more casual shoes. So here we have the CDG collaboration with Converse. So it's like the older version with the thicker sides. These are typically more comfortable than the standard Converse. And I gotta say, I really like this shoe. I actually had a pair of these in like the white with the red heart. But this one is so much cleaner with the gray on black. I don't really like wearing super bright colors anymore, and so that's why, you know, when I shop for stuff, I typically look for something that's a little bit on a darker color scheme. But yeah, I think this is a pretty clean shoe that could be used in many sort of events, you know, whether it's for casual use or like a little bit formal-ish. But yeah, I think it's an overall great summer shoe based on the sort of styling, the high top, you know, the white and the contrast. I got some Hirschliffers, which is like some designer mall nearby here, for about $150. So pretty much retail pricing. But we have another one of these, yet again with a very high sort of side rubber piece. It's pretty much the same design as the CDG version. The only difference is just that little heart print. But yeah, this is kind of like a, I don't know, it's like a pinkish purple. I've only ever worn this once. I just feel like it's hard to match this with anything. But I got it for a really good price, brand new, on Essence. They had a sale going for this, so I got it for like 30 bucks. Pretty gnarly. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. I just got it just because it was something on sale. It was cheap. Now moving on to the fun stuff, the Jordans. I'm gonna start off with this side first. We have a Jordan 1 Low in crimson tint. I think this by far has to be my favorite Jordan color of all time. I've actually owned multiple pairs of these, and you know, I'll even give a little sneak peek of the shoe next to it. I've always had a thing for like that pink color or like that rose gold look. That's why my first motorcycle, I decided to paint that thing into this rose gold pinkish color. Now we have the high version here to compare. Obviously the leather quality on the highs are gonna be better than the lows just because it's more expensive shoe. They're using better material, but it's not far off, you know. Like it's a little bit softer on the high top, but the, you know, low top is a little bit rougher, but it's not terrible. The overall material is still very soft and comfortable. Only thing is, mid tops, I think they look kind of weird because they're like an in-between. So I think if you're gonna get a Jordan 1, go with the highs or lows. I think both of them look great. Just don't get a mid. This thing I got for retail, there's not really much hype around this colorway, so I got this for, I don't know, I'm gonna say like 120, 130, I forgot. But yeah, moving on to the high tops over here, we have yet again the crimson tint Jordan 1 highs. This is probably my 10th pair. I bought many of these in the past because apparently a lot of people sell them for mad cheap and then they go back up in value and it go back down. It's very tricky, but like basically this is my 10th pair, and the reason why I got so many is because I would buy a lot of these and sell them for a profit. For example, this one I got used for about 130 bucks, and it's in pretty much mint condition. I'd say it's like a 9 out of 10 condition, and they're going for like 180 right now. So yeah, it always fluctuates, and that's why I always tend to get rid of these just because I can make a profit, so why not? Moving on to yet another Jordan 1, we have the hyper crimson this time, not crimson tint. Basically, this has like a suede sort of gray, kind of like the shadow gray color, and then we have like raw black leather all over the place. I think this is like a special edition, you know, Jordan 1, because it has like the little text on the side. I never really liked orange on anything. Orange was never my color, but I think the way they integrated that into here just makes it look really, really clean. It's not overkill. It kind of blends in, you know, with the little trimmings on the edges. I think this can go with a lot more outfits than, you know, all the other colorways that I have. Moving right along, we have yet another Jordan 1. I only have Jordan 1s in my collection, no other Jordans. It's just my favorite silhouette out of the entire lineup. I do like 3s, 4s, and 6s, but I don't love them. I just think they're decent. Anyways, this is the Jordan 1 High Denim. It's actually a women's colorway. And before you guys bag me on that, I think a lot of the women's releases are actually pretty underrated. This one I got the most compliments on whenever I wear this compared to all the other pairs. It's a very loud shoe, I gotta say, you know, especially with the gold little medallion piece. Denim's also like ripped up and like very bright white leather. It's like extra thick, I feel like, everywhere. The padding's super soft. The leather material that they use on this one is actually better than a lot of the other pairs because it's like more plush than others. I don't really wear this too often either, just because of the way it looks. A little bit more of a statement piece, I feel like. So if I'm just really trying to make an impression, and if I really want to stand out, that's where I bust this out. We're almost done here before we go to the Holy Grail. This is an OG 2013 bred Jordan 1, of course. Look at this thing. Sheesh. Oh yeah, I gotta do a price breakdown real quick. So I think this pair over here, the Hyper Crimsons, I got this for about 180 or 190 used from a consignment shop. So I think that's a decent price. That's how much like they go for. And then for the denims, I got these brand new for about like 170, 180. So I think that's around what they go for as well. None of my shoes are like super expensive. It's not like I'm dropping $1,000 on one pair. This is a 2013 bred, so it's the like OG version apparently. And the leather on this is like crazy good. It's like half leather. It's a waxy sort of finish. There were so many releases of this exact shoe, like so many re-releases, and like I think they started making it cheaper in quality and like it just doesn't look the same anymore. The toe box is less sort of boxy on this pair, but it still carries that signature look, and I think the material on this is like way nicer than any modern Jordan. But although the exterior finish is a lot nicer, I think the internals are worse. I feel like the newer shoes, they're a little bit more padded and they're a little more comfortable, because this one did feel a little bit like stiff. But for a shoe that is over a decade old, this thing is in pretty decent shape. I got it from a consignment shop for about 200 bucks used, and I see people selling these on eBay for like 400 to 500 used. So this definitely has some value in it, and I'm just collecting it for now. I don't want to get rid of it because it's hard to come by. All right, now moving on to the last and final shoe, which I call my holy grail, which can also be seen as complete total trash by some people. I think it's a kind of controversial brand in general because a lot of people like it, a lot of people hate it. But this, guys, is from Off-White. So I gotta say, this is not like a hype shoe, so to speak. It's just more of like a designer or whatever the heck. People don't really like Off-White shoes unless they're like collaborated with like a Jordan or something. But this is the 3.0 Court Highs. That's what they call it. It's pretty much dead stock. I only worn it one time for a photo, and that was pretty much it. But I got these brand new from Nordstrom Rack. They were on sale for about 400 bucks. I think MSRP on these is like 780, 720-ish. And I even went to like a consignment store. They had these on the shelf for like 900, which is pretty crazy. I don't think these should be worth that much. You can always find these for that lower price. But I think it's an overall really cool looking sneaker, you know? I don't think it looks great on foot. And if you wear this on an outfit, I gotta admit, it looks a little goofy because there's just too much going on. But I do think it's a really nice art piece, so to speak. You know, it's a nice thing to put on the shelf. I love this sort of flared out piece. My mom was talking to me the other day. She's like, what the heck is this? Like, why do you have like all these dangling things on it? But I mean, that's part of the Off-White aesthetic, you know, having this sort of zip tie design, you know, letters and text everywhere. Probably the most expensive shoe in the lineup right now. These don't really have any resale value. They're not hype, but I just think they're a really cool piece to have. But other than that, you know, a lot of these shoes I don't wear in general, and I just kind of save them for events that I don't even go to in the first place. But yeah, that is pretty much my 2023 sneaker collection. If you guys enjoyed this video, if you thought it was fun or entertaining or whatever, make sure to drop a like on this video. Comment below what your favorite sneaker is. If you are new to this channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on those post notifications to see when I upload. With that being said, it's been your boy, and I'll see you in our next video. Peace.